There's been intense rain and flooding in parts of the Indonesian island of Bali, forcing evacuations and trapping people inside homes and vehicles. Flights have been delayed or diverted, causing significant disruptions to the island's tourism industry. Well, let's speak to Jannata Egi Giwangkara, the Indonesia country lead at Monash University's ClimateWorks Centre. Now, Egi, can you tell us which parts of the island have been worst affected by these floods?
Yeah, thanks, Yvonne. Great to be participating in this. And we have seen a couple of areas in Bali, for example, in the streets in Kuta, also Denpasar turned into rivers in less than 2 hours due to the overwhelmed flash volume of this extraordinary monsoon volumes.
So these have indeed affected major tourist areas.
Yes, indeed. More precisely, we have spread areas affected by the flooding. For example, in Kuta, Legian, Seminyak, as well as part of Sanur and Denpasar to our observations. And the floodwaters also reached the depth of about 32 centimeters in many streets, and some reports also indicating as level as 1.5 meters in residential areas.
What have authorities said about the flooding?
Well, this is something related to the intensifying the severity of extreme waters in Indonesia, especially from the Indonesian Meteorological Agency, or BMKG, said that this is due to the MGO, or Madden-Julian oscillations, that if having peaked this around month. So this is also affecting the volume and also rainfalls.
So based on previous instances, do you know how long the water levels will remain high? How long will it take to recede?
Well, in some cases, there also will drain in a less overnight will drain, but it depends on the areas with poor drainage systems, for example, because the existing drainage system is not fulfilled, or it's not equipped to absorb this flash flood. So it depends on the areas, but typically it's overnight will be slowing down or decreasing in terms of the rise.
So since the last major flood in September that was very deadly, 18 people were killed, I understand. What measures have been put in place to improve the safety for residents and visitors when there's heavy rain like this?
So the meteorology agency also often release some warnings to the impacted areas, and also the local government with the disaster management agency, both at the national and subnational level, closely monitoring, and also give some practical implementations to for the upcoming events. But for the rescue and save, I guess this is still ongoing in Sumatra, mostly after the September flash flood and also landslide, as you mentioned. Yeah.
In terms of climate patterns, what changes have you noticed in the timing and strength of the monsoon rainy season in Indonesia in recent years? So
the intensify and frequency of extreme rainfall and flooding in Indonesia is, of course, amplified by the climate change. But trends shows that in some areas there are more wet, as in also more rains, but also in a particular area in Indonesia also intensifies some dry. So bottom line is it intensifies the what do you call it, the rainfall and also volumes in a very short time. That usually, for example, in Bali's case, it should be a month rain, but it happens overnight or within a day. So this is something that I guess in the future it will getting worse and worse if we don't do anything on climate.
Would you consider it a climate crisis already in Indonesia? How well prepared is the government for increased instances of extreme weather?
So all major disasters in Indonesia also caused by climate-related incidences, for example, floods and rain and drought, or failure to what you call it, crops. So the government has also taken some measures to avoid this in terms of the crisis and also the mitigation actions. Hence, also the latest climate mitigation plan have touched also adding some layers on how to deal with this at the city level or at the urban level, and on top of the existing plan on the impacted or vulnerability areas in Indonesia.
And how much damage to property has there been with this latest downpour and flooding in Bali? How long do you expect the cleanup will take?
Well, I guess in Sumatra September events, the ongoing, but it is a different scale with Bali. But I guess it will take also probably a month to clean up and also to get back to normal as usual. But again, this is Indonesian love the what do you call it the supporting each other. So I guess this could be also faster due to these customs and also norms.
And what's the greatest danger right now with water levels this high? Are there health concerns?
Yes, so the floods and also high rise of waters could also distribute the what do you call it, the disease as well. Especially we will have some limited access to clean water, for example, or the how we treat the wastewater as well. So it will increase the diarrhea, for example, or other hygiene related disease, but also affecting in some of the area on the what do you call it the readiness to also commute to the usual schools and work. So this is something as you mentioned also earlier, affecting the traffic towards the airports at Ngurah Rai.
How are humanitarian groups assisting those affected? Can they get to those who need help?
Yeah, I guess the local governments also issue some of the broadcasts on how to do how to contact through WhatsApp broadcast. So this is very handy and also very practical guidance for the citizens impacted. But also, I guess we saw some of the local what do you call humanitarian organizations already in place to deploy some of the raft to move some movement on the impacted people. And this is something also being attention on not only in Indonesia but also as international. So getting more and more humanitarian helps on the sites as well.
And just lastly, is the wet weather expected to continue in the coming days?
Yeah, so the meteorological agency said that this will last throughout next month as well, but it depends on the areas. But in general, yes, the heavy rains and also some possible landslides is also still on the what do you call it, the warning signs across some of the major vulnerable cities in Indonesia.
Okay, we'll be watching closely. Jannata Egi Giwangkara, thank you for updating us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.